Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about state legislature and state executive. So let us first talk about state legislature. As I have told you earlier, state legislature includes legislative assembly and legislative council. In certain states, there is only legislative assembly, and in some states, there is both houses, legislative assembly and legislative council as well. Now, the power and functions of both the houses of the state legislature are as follows. The first one is legislative function. State legislature can make laws on those subjects which are given in the state list and concurrent list. Second is financial powers. State legislature passes annual budget of the state, and without its approval, state government cannot levy any tax or spend any money. The third power is control over executive. The members of the legislature can ask questions from the ministers. That means the council of ministers is responsible to the legislature. The fourth is amendment in the constitution. For amending certain provisions of the constitution, the consent of at least half of the states is necessary. The last power or function is electoral functions. The elected members of the Legislative Assembly participate in the elections of the President of India. Now, what is relation between Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council, or we can say which house is more powerful? To give conclusion about which house of state legislature is more powerful, firstly we have to compare the powers of both houses. So let us compare. The first one is passing of money bills. Money bills can be introduced only in Legislative Assembly. When a money bill is passed by the Legislative Assembly, it is sent to the Council, and 14 days are given to Council to pass it. If it does not pass it, it gets passed automatically. That means Legislative Assembly can delay the passing of a money bill for 14 days only. The second is passing of ordinary bills. Ordinary bills can originate in any house of the state legislature. If a bill passed by the Legislative Assembly is not passed by the Council within 3 months, it gets back to the Legislative Assembly. Again, Legislative Assembly passes that bill and sent to the Legislative Council. Then 1 month is given to the Legislative Council, and after that bill is considered pass. That means Legislative Council can delay the passing of such bill for 4 months only. Third is control over executive. Although members of both the houses of state legislature can ask the questions from the ministers, as ministers are responsible towards the Legislative Assembly or Legislative Council, but only the Legislative Assembly enjoys the power to remove them by passing a vote of no confidence against them. Next is electoral functions. The members of Legislative Assembly participate in the vote of the elections of the President. But this power is not enjoyed by the members of the Legislative Council. Even the members of Legislative Assembly elect 1/3 members of the Legislative Council. So, at the end, we can say that Legislative Assembly is most powerful house than the Legislative Council. Next is State Executive. The State Executive consists of the Governor, the Chief Minister and the Council of Ministers. They all run the administration of the state according to the laws passed by the legislature. Now we will discuss about all the Governor, the Chief Minister and the Council of Ministers one by one. So, first talk about the Governor. The Governor is the constitutional head of the state. He works in accordance with the advice of the Chief Minister and his Council of Ministers. Appointment of Governor. Governor is appointed by the President of India for 5 years, but he can be removed from his office any time before the expiry of his term also by the President. That means Governor remains in office till the will of the President. Next is, what qualification is required to become the Governor of a state? Firstly, he must be a citizen of India. Next, he must have completed 35 years of age. He should not hold any office of profit under state government or central government. Even he should not be a member of parliament or any state legislature, and if he is, then he has to vacate his seat immediately. And he should not be a resident of the state of which he is to be appointed governor. So these are the qualifications that is necessary to become the governor of a state. The salary and allowances of the governor. The governor of a state gets a salary plus number of allowances which are fixed from time to time. At present, he gets rupees 3,50,000 per month as salary. Besides, he is entitled to live in Raj Bhavan of the state, the official residence of the governor, fully furnished. Position of the governor. The constitutional position of the governor of any state is same as that of the President of the Union. Theoretically, he is the chief executive of the state, but practically he can hardly do anything in the administration except under special circumstances. The Constitution says that the governor shall function with the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers, which is headed by the Chief Minister. But when the state is put under the President's rule, the governor runs the administration of the state as an agent of the President. Then he works according to the instructions given to him by the President. Now have a look on the personality which is known as the Governor of Haryana, Shri Satyadev Narayan Arya. He is also the Governor of Punjab. Next is the Chief Minister and the Council of Ministers. Chief Minister and the Council of Ministers are the real executive in the state. The governor exercises his powers on their advice. The Chief Minister is appointed by the governor and other ministers are appointed by the governor on the advice of the Chief Minister. Normally, the leader of the party or parties having a majority in the state legislature is appointed as the Chief Minister. If no party has majority in the legislature, governor can appoint any person as Chief Minister. Tenure. The tenure of Council of Ministers is not fixed. They are appointed till the life of the Legislative Assembly of the state. However, they can be removed from office earlier than that also if the Legislative Assembly passes vote of no confidence against them. As in the center, there are three types of ministers in the states. They are cabinet ministers, ministers of state and deputy minister. They all collectively form the Council of Ministers. This is the famous personality to whom we all know as he is the CM of our state, Shri Manohar Lal Khattar. Civil services. The decisions of the ministers are actually executed by the members of the civil services. Some members of the Indian Administrative Services, famously known as IAS, and Indian Police Services, famously known as IPS, are appointed at the state level. Other members are selected by the State Public Service Commission. They are the ones who really run the administration of the state. The Chief Secretary heads the civil services in a state, and the secretaries of other departments like agriculture, forest, education, transport, health, etc. work under him. Thank you. That's all for today. Have a nice day.